Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Just Okay podcast with Whitney Ledesma.
Oh my gosh. I'm going to take off these headsets because these are so old and they stopped working on one side. It's a sign to buy new headphones. But hi, how the heck are ya? I'm back again. Who would have thought? Is this the last episode of 20? No, it's not. We have a few more episodes of 2024. This year feels never ending. I worked today and then I got home at like 1:30 and it's now 5:50 and I've taken 2 naps. That's basically how I feel about this year. At the end of every year, though, everyone's like, oh, it's been such a shitty year. Oh, this year has been so hard. And that's every year. And you think you wouldn't be blindsided by the end of it each time. But every time I was like, what? Again? It's like when you take the mask off in Scooby-Doo and you're like, it's a real person again. So I guess I'll just ramble. Everyone's doing Christmas parties. I haven't gone to any. Why? Why is that? Is it because I hide in my house alone with Willie instead of doing things? Yes. I've been isolating a lot these days. Now we're gonna get to the heart of it. I feel like I've been isolating a lot. I just got a scooter, which is my only form of transportation. Because I believe I discussed it already, but I was taking the bus in Texas, and the bus system in Texas is not great. It smells worse. Maybe it's because New York smells bad overall. You can't tell the smell of the bus between the bus and the city, but here the bus smells really bad. And the homeless are just a little stronger here. I don't know, maybe it's the Texas water. It's mutating them because it's a little gross. But it's been nice to have the scooter. And also, this has been like the hottest winter I've ever endured here. I'm from Austin. I've spent my whole life living here, and it's never been this warm of a winter. Christmas is going to be like 70 degrees. It goes from really hot one day to rainy and then hot again. And I want it to be cold. Maybe not like freezing cold, but enough to wear a turtleneck out. I look great in a turtleneck. I got a neck for turtlenecks. It does better when it's concealed to leave people wanting more. And I can't even wear my freaking turtlenecks because of this weather. It keeps switching up on me. And everyone's like, oh, Texas weather is bipolar. And I think weather everywhere is a little crazy. But it is like, why can't we just have a fucking winter? Why can't Texas just get cold and stay cold for a little bit? I miss the fall. I mean, we didn't really have a fall. Like right now, it feels like fall because all the leaves are falling now. And I'm like, that should be snow. That should be snow falling, but it's just leaves. And meanwhile, I think today has been in the 80s. It's 80 degrees outside right now. And it is December 17th. Let me double check on the date. I was right. The 17th. Wow. Yeah, I paid attention this morning when I wrote my to-do list. I do a to-do list every day. If I don't do it, I won't get anything done. I realized that it does very well for my ADHD. Work smarter, not harder. But yeah, I just missed a cold winter. I had some friends visiting from New York recently, and it was so nice. They stayed with me. It was awesome. We got to use up all the rooms in my place, but God, I'm so happy to have my space again. There's nothing like walking around your house naked, and when you have guests, you can't really do that. I mean, I need to put more window coverings up because in New York, I would walk around naked, and I live next to a police station. I was like, you know what? If anything, maybe they'll protect me more because I'm not just back in the blue. I'm backing that ass up to the blue, and they're seeing it in the window. But here, I just have normal people that are my neighbors seeing my ass, and they probably don't like that. But I don't think there's any families here. So maybe they don't mind it. Maybe they're like, you know what? She adds some spice to our life. She adds some spice to our HOA. I don't know. Also being an adult, there's so many different like levels of there's so many committees that, like, I don't want to have kids. The idea of going to a PTA meeting just shoot my brains out. I'd rather go watch something on Broadway, which a lot of people I'm sure are like, yeah, obviously Broadway is better than going to a PTA. Broadway, I'm sure they're talented. That takes so much time. I'm not a big play theater girl. A lot of my friends are theater people. Love that for them. But it's like to go to a full on play, it takes like 4 hours. You have to get there. You have to go get drinks, find your seats. Then you have to sit through it. And then you have an intermission. Then you have to go back and sit through more. And then the traffic to leave it. It's just like people are so stupid exiting places. Like, seeing people exit a plane gives me so much anxiety. Because there's always that one person who tries to outsmart, trying to be like, okay, well, I'm in the very back of the plane, but let me see if I can get up right now, grab my shit. I can be out first. And it's like, no, you're just being an inconvenience to other people now. I don't know. I've been watching a lot of body cam footage recently. That's been a new hobby of mine. Yeah, and there was one where it was like car footage and then there was body cam footage. I mean, I got all views of it because this guy had a dash cam. If I had a car, all I've learned this past year is invest in a dash cam, because I didn't realize like how many like fake insurance claims, like people try to make fake claims. There's a video of a guy backing into a car and then pulling forward and trying to say that person hit them, but because the person had a dash cam, it saved their asses with insurance because that person physically backed into their car. There was a whole other part of it too where there was like a screen up to make it look like it was someone else driving when it was like a guy who was like there like orchestrating it all for them. Crazy. It was crazy how elaborate and deep insurance fraud goes. I didn't know. Maybe I need to stop being a fool and paying for things and just get into insurance fraud. She's going to commit arson, you hear? I'm not going to commit fire scares me. Ever since I was a kid, I'm like so scared of like, ever since I was a kid, I've been scared of fires. Poetic. No, I don't know. I'm too much of a possession person to get into arson. You guys, I'm too afraid of all my things. I love my things. I love things. God, I'm such a basic consumer, and I love the holidays because they're made for basic consumers like me. I'm like, tell me what to buy, I'll get it. I mean, God, Old Navy, you're telling me you have this on clearance right now? I'll buy it. It's in my cart. Like, my form of therapy lately, so I don't spend money, is to just like fill carts on every app I have. Nordstrom Rack, Nordstrom, Saks on Fifth Ave. I got Old Navy filled up. I also have my TikTok shop cart filled up too, because now we're turning apps that were meant for social media also turn me into a consumer. I'm buying everything. Well, everything's in my cart, but I bought nothing. Because I can't. If I had the money, believe me, I would have pressed buy. I would have pressed purchase. But thank God I'm not able to, because I also don't have room for half the shit. The only things I get really excited about that I want to buy are house things. I've gotten to that part of my adulthood where all I want to buy is furniture. Which is why, again, if you know, you know, I started making my own furniture. Okay. And so for the most part, I just buy that, but I can't. It's so expensive. It's so expensive to buy a fucking table. And then people on Facebook Marketplace. That's my other I can't put anything into carts on Facebook Marketplace, thank God. But I love looking at Facebook There's nothing like just browsing a store when you don't have to leave the house. And Facebook Marketplace, I mean, you get to see what everyone has. You get to see the type of person, like, you're telling me this furry costume wasn't used in sexual intercourse? Buddy, you called it intercourse. You used it. Maybe. Because also you called it intercourse. And I feel like people that are furries would be a little freakier than that. But I don't know. I really do. I love Facebook Marketplace these days. I mean, you can get anything off of there. I saw a giant boat for $1 million, and I want it. I saw a miniature yacht. I want it. God, Christmas is really just the season of, hey, let's buy everything. Kids are already brats, but it's just turned kids to expect things. Like, becoming adult is such a grim awakening if you grew up very privileged, because you don't get presents like you used to. You have to buy that for yourself. So I make it Christmas all year round, but then during Christmas, I'm like, hey, we got to get shit for other people. I got my 2 nieces Juicy Couture tracksuits, and I'm so hype about it. They're going to look so cute. They're going to look like the fucking cheetah girls in them. They're going to be bitchin'. That's like I'm so hype about that. And then my mom, I got her a Chanel No. 5 soap because I couldn't afford her favorite perfume, Chanel No. 5, which was like $200. So I just got her the soap for $35 off of the Chanel website. Life hack: if your mom is a bougie bitch, just go cheap with it. I hope she doesn't get offended. Like I'm like, you smell, bitch. You should clean yourself more. Maybe, but honestly, there was also Chanel No. 5 deodorant, but that was $65, and I was like, I love you, but you're not worth that to me right now when the rent is due. I've also been lately I've been paying my rent ahead, which is, I don't know. I feel like when I pay my rent ahead, I feel like I have more money at the end of the month. Like it's a trick. Like I have the same amount of money I would, but because I don't have to pay it, I'm like a little more relaxed. When I look at my bank account. So I did that this month. I did that the month before. It's been a fun little trick. And then I'm like, oh wait, I'm fine, but I am gonna have to pay rent the next month still. I'm like, I don't want to say, I work out every day. In general, I do 5 days a week working out. I try to not do more than that because then it's just like, you gotta relax. But I'm going to Hawaii in January, and I'm like, wow, I should stop eating like shit for a little bit so I can get some good pics in Hawaii. I'm so excited about Hawaii. We're gonna go to the Dole pineapple place, I believe, where the bananas are from. I just want to go to Hawaii. I'm a resort girl, but my boyfriend is not. He wants to go stay at an Airbnb and go hiking. So I said, fine, we can go hiking if I can take shrooms. And my fear is that we're just gonna have the worst trip of our lives. Not like the trip. I think we're gonna love Hawaii. I think we're gonna take shrooms and go into the forest and get lost in the forest. Is realistically what I could see happening. But he's like a go with the flow guy when it comes to that, so I think he'll be fine. I think I'll be very annoying about it. I also love nature to an extent. I grew up a little bit in the country, so I like know critters, but I don't know Hawaiian critters, like I don't think Hawaii is like as crazy as Australia or anything with like crazy critters there, but I am terrified of like banana spiders. I should just look up what's in the region. If y'all have any travel tips for Hawaii, let me know. I'm trying to get spots while I'm there. I have no idea if I will. I also started the Patreon this past week. So basically it's like $7 a month, which is like a coffee. Think of that as a coffee for me. To just access like content like this, little fun chats like this, or me getting stoned and chatting with you, or just anything that doesn't really get posted anywhere else for the most part. Like just Instagram, you get to see sketches before, the sets I have, all that jazz is going to be on the Patreon. Look how excited I am to plug it. The Patreon. It's all going to be on the Patreon. It's patreon.com/Brittany Ledesma. It's in my link tree if you're into that. No pressure either way. I get it. It's fucking hard right now. I mean, I will say, I just like, all I want is just peace. It's the time of year. It's like, oh, it should be peaceful. We all need peace on Earth. But meanwhile, the Earth is just like going crazy. Earth is going hard. Earth goes hard. Okay? And everyone's losing their shit. I'm very out of touch with the news these days. I only see news on TikTok, which I wish it would stop recommending me things like current events, because I get so mad and there's nothing I can do about it in my house. Like, I'm getting mad about laws. I'm like, I have no power to change it. Now I'm just mad in bed. I should have just put on Family Guy. I don't know if they're going to... My birthday is January 19th, which is allegedly when they're going to ban TikTok, which is so rude, first of all. But to each their own, I guess. Let's ban TikTok after Martin Luther King Day like an asshole. And I don't know what to... I'm sad. I don't want them to do that on my birthday. That just is so disrespectful. They should have done it on a day where no one's born. But sadly, people are born every day. You just don't think about it that way. Every day is someone's birthday. Even someone's mom. Sorry for that word salad. I've been doing hella word salads these days. I just started making smoothies again. Because I don't eat greens as much as I used to. So I try to force myself to, like, just down, like, a Popeyes, like that guy, not the chicken place, worth of spinach in the morning. So I put them in smoothies. It's been working pretty well. But I fucked up. Fatal mistake. I got yogurt instead of Greek yogurt. Oof. Big difference. Huge. 10 grams of protein difference. For me, I love the Oikos. If you know, if you're a real one, you know, I love the Oikos, vanilla. And so I'm having to use plain yogurt in my smoothies like a pussy when I could be getting a full serving of protein. But instead I'm doing 7-gram protein smoothies like a bitch. I'm trying to get swole, you guys. Every year, my fucking goal is to get swole. Actually, what was my New Year? My New Year's goal last year was to read 12 books. I read 8. Which isn't that bad. And I could technically read 4 more by the end of the year. I'm not. We're going to be honest. We're going to be truthful and we're going to be honest. That's not happening. There's no chance in hell. I am dyslexic and I probably have a 6th grade learning level. No, not learning level. Reading level. Learning level. Probably higher. I graduated with a degree. It was online. But I've been watching Harry Potter. It's the first time I've ever seen it. It's also my boyfriend's first time he's ever seen it. I love it. I don't know why I thought I wouldn't like it. I think it's because it stars a boy that looks like a nerd. But I love anything that has to do with witches and wizards. Like Wizards of Waverly Place was my shit. I identified so much with Alex Russo as a kid. I can't stop yawning. I'm just exhausted. I think I'm on the 5th Harry Potter. It's pretty good. I'm a big fan. Huge. I don't think I'll ever read the books. I don't want to give J.K. Rowling any more money than she already has probably gotten from the world. Maybe she probably gets money from me watching the movie, but not as much as if I bought a book, I feel like maybe. I don't know. But yeah. Also, I just want to read a book. That seems like a lot. I've read a lot of books. I'm chilling. 8 books was big for me. Someone was talking about how Frank Castillo was talking about how his wife read like 100, 300 books this year. I'm like, that's insane. I love that. You're so knowledgeable, so wise. We are different people. I don't think I've even read 100 books in my life. You read 100 books this year, let alone maybe 300. Girl, you're killing it. I hope you also know you don't have to. That's just such commitment level I don't have. Also, how fast are you reading them? I don't know. That just sounds healthy to read. That sounds like such a healthy decision. And I go through I was reading a lot living in New York because of the public transit. You have time to read. I was working as a receptionist, so half my job I was just reading, and I miss it so much. But here I'm grinding. I grind. It's different grinds, but it's both very draining. But it's okay. Everything's okay. I don't know if there's a point to any of that. I'm like trying to recall, reminisce. Was there a point to that? Probably not. Tonight I have a show at the Green Room. I'm doing a little spot on Ty Nguyen's show. Ty Nguyen. Not Nguyen. Nguyen. Ty Nguyen show. And then nothing. I'm going to bed. After. But I'm excited. It's like a show where you do 5 minutes and the crowd heckles you or something or roasts you. I don't know. A spot's a spot, baby. Am I being paid? I think this one's free. But I'm hosting for the Green Room on the 3rd of January, 8 p.m. You should come. And then I have Freaky Friday, the 3rd of January, midnight, live at Vulcan Gas Company with some amazing comics. So that one was acidic. Oh my God. I'm out of coffee because I had friends visit, so all my coffee grounds are on, so I've just been doing Earl Grey tea, but that one was acidic. It was Earl Grey and throw up that I just burped. That was really gross. So I'm going to leave off on that. Peace and love. Probably will see you guys before the holidays again. Actually, no. No, this is for next week. Okay, well, Merry Christmas to you and your loved ones. Happy Hanukkah. Happy Kwanzaa. This is my podcast. Thank you for watching my podcast. Thank you for watching me talk by myself. I love to do it. Thank you guys for listening to my podcast. Okay, bye. Did you guys like that? Was that natural?